Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Riff Raff. And this is a new crime comedy coming your way from director Dito Montiel and writer John Polono. And this film focuses on a bit of a mosaic of human beings who wind up getting caught up in this particular situation because of one unfortunate death. And basically what we have here is this film having these parallel stories of this one powerful hitman and his sidekick, which we have Lefty played by Bill Murray and Lonnie played by Pete Davidson, who's on a mission to try to find the home of Vincent played by Ed Harris, who's out in the woods with his new family, his wife Gabrielle Union Sandy, and his adopted son, Sandy's son, Miles J. Harvey's DJ. And things go awry when Ed Harris's biological son, Rocco, played by Lewis Pullman, shows up with his pregnant partner, Marina, played by Emanuela Postaccini, and also Ed Harris's ex and Pullman's mother, Ruth, played by Jennifer Coolidge. And there's a lot of talent in this film from an acting standpoint. And I really love the moments where it's Bill Murray and Pete Davidson. I think they have an interesting dynamic. Bill Murray's very much playing a dry, dangerous kind of like Boston area criminal, and who's aging, and he's losing a bit of his temper because he's a bit on edge because something happened to his son. And, Pete Davidson is kind of goofy, but, he does his job, and they have some fun interactions, whether it's at a convenience store or at Ed Harris's one house where he winds up getting into this sticky situation where Lefty and Lonnie get in this sticky situation with their neighbors. But then you have this whole entire dynamic going on between this mixed family, and of course tensions are going to fly. And there's a lot of layers to the dynamics that are happening here. You have this whole thing where Coolidge's character is not over Harris's character and is trying to seduce him out in the woods. You have DJ, who's really just trying to piece life together, and he's getting all these perspectives from his own mother, from Ruth, from his adopted brother Rocco, who's also, I guess, stepbrother, and also Vincent, his stepfather. And you have all of these different kinds of dynamics. And this film is really trying to navigate a lot of things about parenthood and about family and relationships. And this film isn't as outwardly haha funny or outwardly intense thriller. There's a lot of human drama that's going on for a good chunk of this runtime. And you'll get some flashbacks that add some layers and some revelations along the way that kind of recontextualize all the dynamics in the film. I do feel like on some level that this film is leading up to a point where you expect more consequences, and the film kind of I wouldn't say chickens out, but it doesn't fully commit to the danger of this situation. And it kind of has a more of happy kind of ending than you might expect, or that isn't exactly fitting in with where this film goes through this. I feel like the film's looking for some kind of, receipt for some behavior of some of these characters, and you don't really realize if any of these characters really get their comeuppance except for a few. And this film has a lot of complex characters. They're not particularly likable, and they all are flawed in different ways. I think the real standouts, Postaccini, I absolutely loved her in this. I think she does a great job. I think Harvey does a fine job as this young, naive presence in here. But the dynamic between Murray and Davidson is fantastic. Jennifer Coolidge is doing her Jennifer Coolidge kind of thing, and she's quite funny. Pullman is quite intense, and Harris is just this rock of a presence like he is in so many films. It has a lot of moving pieces. It also leans into a lot of tropes and stuff like that from crime thrillers like this, and it might not feel the most original in terms of story and such, but it does capitalize on its cast, and then also has some solid themes that it's trying to explore that are a little bit unexpected for what you might expect from a story like this. And at the end of the day, this is still an engaging and interesting little romp that is worth a watch. But those are my thoughts on Riff Raff. Let me know what you think and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.